The following is a presentation of Playfly Sports Properties and Michigan State Sports Properties. Hello and good evening, everyone. It is Thursday, April 20th. Happy 420, everyone. 2023. I'm your host, Jason Strayhorn, along with my co-host, Otis Wiley and Jehuu Jehuu Caulcrick. This is Sparta MSU. Thank you for watching the show. Don't forget to click the subscribe and like buttons and follow us on all of our social media platforms. This is how to do that. Thanks for tuning in to This is Sparta MSU. Interested in hearing more from us? Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and even TikTok. Click on the link in the bio to head to our link tree for more information. Help us grow our following by hitting the like and subscribe buttons. Tell your friends and family to do the same. Have an idea for a future episode? Let us know in the comments section below. And now, back to the show. What's up, fellas? How you guys doing today? How you feeling? How you living?
How you feel? How you living, baby?
Feeling
Advances, and it feels stupendous.
That was Notorious B.I.G., right? Well, choo-choo, man, guys. You know, look, there's all kinds of stuff been going on today. I'm getting alerts left and right. We've been texting a lot. But, let's start a little bit back 24 hours ago when the Memphis Grizzlies knocked off them Lakers, man, from L.A. You had Xavier, Tillman, Spartan Dawgs, Jaren Jackson kind of put in some work, guys. What you guys think about their performance yesterday against the King?
Oh, look, we talked about Tom Izzo's legacy of we have successful bigs who last in the league when you're doing the stuff that no one else wants to do is boards and defense and delegating. And I think for Xavier Tillman, we talked about from starting where he started to now, it is a true testament to working hard and sticking and perfecting your craft. And he really outworked a true all-star with Anthony Davis and just was consistent. And I think where they thought that they will take a step down with John Morant being out with the injury, they actually played better. And with him getting the opportunity to shine, we'll see how it goes when they go to LA. But it was good to see both of them just ball out and get rebounds left and right, which I felt like we kind of missing with our current team. But it was good to see.
Yeah, it definitely was good to see. Last on Tuesday when we talked about Jackson winning defensive player, and I said I was one of the people that was saying, man, he shouldn't leave. It's the same thing with Xavier Tillman. He's a guy that I was like, man, he should stay another year. But this takes me to the question is, he was before, the reason that he left Michigan State was, I believe he had two kids while he was in college. He needed to provide for his family. That was the reason that he left. I think he would have stayed otherwise. And so you just go back to think, what if there was NIL back then? Would he have stayed another year at Michigan State because he would have the funds to provide for his family? But, shout out to both those guys going in there. And those were guys that, like I said, I didn't think they weren't guys that went to the G League and worked their way up. They've been in there from day one. They've been part of this Grizzlies team, and they've shown why, playing at Michigan State can get you ready for the next level. Playing for a coach like Tom Izzo will get you ready for the next level. It doesn't matter who you go against. If it's Anthony Davis, if it's whoever it is, you're going to be ready to go because Michigan State and Coach Izzo have gotten you to that point that you're ready to play at the next level.
Man, look, these guys did play phenomenal. I did hear one of the announcers last night talking about Xavier Tillman, and the things he was saying were identical in my mind, how he carved out a niche in the NBA for himself because of his skill set. What was reminiscent of what we talk about with Draymond Green, and we talk about him playing the Kings. You talk about the Warriors and the Kings. The series is coming on tonight. It's 2-0 Sacramento right now, and Draymond won't be able to play in this game, guys, because of the suspension that happened from this incident here. Let's take a look at it. You see, everybody's seen this, I'm sure. It's one of them WWE.
Man, I thought you were gonna put the one where they looked like a remix I sent to you earlier today. It was like
that
some
was
music.
crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy. But I think if it would have just got the suspend, like the flagrant foul, and just let it play out. I think it was the excess of what he was doing afterwards that just added the level of intensity. But
yeah, I think so. I like the stance of there. Yeah, he is a punk. Come on.
All right. But no, if you think about something that they need to get a spark, and like Draymond, like, you know what? We coming back home. Maybe this will turn the tide of me doing this. He had this all the others, whatever finals. What other was that? 2 finals ago, or where he did get suspended?
Yeah.
It was not last year, was it?
No, it was LeBron was in Cleveland. That's when that happened. Yeah, they ended up losing.
So I think they cost him that ring, right? But it's unfortunate that it's just let the dude play. But we'll see how they play tonight because I'm watching it. My eyes are glued to the TV because there's some good basketball going on.
Yeah, well, first of all, the Warriors are terrible on the road. So this year, they were absolutely the worst team playing on the road. They get to go back home to the Chase Center in San Francisco, and I think the crowd's going to be there. It's going to be electric and it's going to be loud, but they're going to miss Draymond Green. The suspension, I think if this is in a regular season game, yes, suspend him. But this is a playoff game. This is a game where the magnitude of the suspension is so high. You're talking about an entire team, season, being on the brink here because of this. The moment was too big that you should not have suspended him, for a game. So, but like I said, continuously, I said this last time.
Bro, they own you, bro. They own you.
Why would I watch? Why would I watch it? The Pistons are terrible. The Pistons are they're terrible. Yeah, but no one had
and I think that's what they're saying.
No one had a worse road record than the Warriors did. I know my stuff, Doug. Now, come on now. Look, pull it up. Someone pull it up. For the Warriors.
So, but I think you guys have a point when you talk about Draymond. He's labeled as a villain. He's taken on that role for the Golden State Warriors and the NBA as a whole, collectively, in my opinion. And because of that, he's going to get these extra, the scrutinized play, in my opinion. Because, look, I tell my sons, like, you don't want to be labeled as something because it could cost you in the end. Later in life. Well, this is exactly what's going on right now. Being in the playoffs, it's ridiculous to suspend him for a game for that. There's much more egregious things that players have done that do warrant suspensions. This is not, in my opinion, crossing that line. Yes, it was Joe Dumars. It wasn't Joe Dumars by himself, guys. It was collective effort. Adam Silver was involved in that too. There was an argument by all parties in the NBA office. So no one's right here. Everybody is kind of, let's be happy. It's not about being right. So the Dumars, the Joe, the bad boys and all that, choo-choo. I mean, yeah, I get what they're trying to say, but Joe Dumars has nothing to do with this. The league as a whole does.
My question to you guys is, and I posed this last Tuesday, and everyone scoffed at me.
Scoffed.
Right.
Scoffed.
What is a scoff?
At what point will the Warriors be like, hey, this is enough?
But you see you'll see I guess it's the stuff that you don't see that he does that's valuable.
Trust me, I get it.
I get it, but
I get it.
Yeah, man, it ain't happening.
I know what you're saying, but like, wait till you see the next contract. It ain't happening like you talking about. Enough. They're gonna re-up him, man. That's happening. So
all I know is tonight you're gonna see big play Clay, and the Splash Brothers are gonna bring it out. You know, you add Jordan Poole, and although he's that guy from the road, but they turn it on all three of them. I think it's gonna be a win for the Warriors. So we'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah, we gonna see.
We gonna see. Hey, look, are we gonna get Andre Iguodala? Is gonna make an appearance because you know he's still on the bench.
He's still that's what I tell you. That's like Jaren Jeans.
It's Udonis Haslem versus Andre Iguodala.
Right.
And you got DeAndre Jordan sitting on the bench with who was that? Denver is just sitting there chilling.
We are NBA heavy here. There's a lot of NBA talk. We're going to cover some more NBA a little bit later in the show. But guys, let's talk about Izzo. Man, he had big news today. Landing 4-star Jesse McCullough.
Basketball is everything to me. For as long as I can remember, I had a basketball in my hands. I trained hard for what I wanted to become. I'm proud to be a part of the Lou, but it's time to take the next step. With that being said, I'd like to announce my commitment to Go Spartans.
Hey, man. Yeah. Hey, Tom. Tom got that swag juice, boy, I tell you, man. Yeah, Father Tom, we need a big man who got agility. I mean, I was watching some highlights of him, and you see why, right? You see why, and it helps when you see guys balling in the league, which that transition of highlighting Jaren Jackson, Xavier Tillman, Draymond. He sees that those guys that have longevity in the league, and you know, you're gonna get coached hard, but adding to that 2024 class is good. I mean, it's good for Tom, and I wonder what Tom's just sitting back chilling, man. Like, all you need is 3 of them a class, really. Three solid ones, you straight. He's good.
Yeah, the thing, you know, Stray, you remember this because at the spring game when I interviewed Coach Izzo and talked about the pressure, you know, that's being put on Michigan State now because of all this, and his response was, "That's great. We want the pressure. We embrace the pressure." You know, so that is something good, and that's something he instills in his players and in his guys. That's why they succeed at any level that they play at, because that pressure is always on. They're playing games on aircraft carrier where there's the national spotlight on them. They're playing, you know, the first to do a bunch of different things. But my question to you guys is, like, that video that just played, that commitment video, let's just say, like, think about your commitment.
Come on, man.
Oh, man.
What is it now?
Compared to
Hey, what would have been your background music though?
That's a great question.
Yeah, that's a good question.
You know, because you know the era that you were in, right?
Right, but
yeah,
they do it now. They do it's a whole production now. Like, these kids have like a team to do things for them now. It's so crazy.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely got a 100 plus on the video announcement right there. Music choice, everything. We just got to work on that. You know, go Spartans. We got to get him.
Yeah.
We got to get him to that. We'll get him there.
Learn him. You got to learn him.
Yeah.
He's a pup. He's not a dog yet. He's a pup.
Right. Look, man. Otis, you kept on bringing up the NBA, man. Like, we got to go back, because we're going to talk about the NBA Mafia, the Spartan Mafia that people were talking. Let's look at this clip right here from ESPN.
there's a Michigan State Mafia in the NBA now because you got these Michigan State guys, Ishbia, Gilbert, and I don't know if Tom Gores went to Michigan State, but he's a Michigan guy. Yeah. Nobody loves Michigan State guys more than Michigan State guys. There's Michigan State guys who love Michigan State guys. Just put it that way.
My favorite new owner syndrome moment of all time is Ishbia not even totally having the team yet and finding out that James Jones wouldn't give up Mikal Bridges in the Durant trade. And within 3 hours, that decision was reversed. He's like, what are we doing? Just throwing everything. We have a chance to get Kevin Durant. I don't care. I'm the
Spartan Mafia, guys. What do you think about that?
Izzo needs to be on that picture there too.
Yeah,
he's not NBA.
I got you. Yeah.
Man, he's MLB and NFL, maybe.
I saw. Yeah.
But again, though, that goes back to saying, and you heard Woj, Wojnarowski for you, you heard him say, nobody loves Spartans more than Spartans. And if you're a high school guy deciding where you want to go, and there's 3 guys in the NBA, that own NBA teams, you're like, oh, well, having that block S on my jersey is gonna, further prolong my career. Will give me a better chance to play at the next level because I'm gonna get a shot. There's 3 guys, that own teams that can do this. So I think that's a huge sell for Michigan State.
Hey man, I don't know how you can argue that point.
I mean, what other school got 3? I mean,
it's hard to have one.
It's hard. I know. That's right.
Only 30.
But I like that trade. That trade was like, they try to block that, man. But
that was very Ish-like. Ish-like to splash. He is that. He's that guy. Hey, what can you say? He's a national champ. One of them actually played. One of the owners actually played basketball at a high level. So, look, I like it. I like it, man. Speaking of basketball, guys, our very own Kristin Haynie has been hired as the next head women's basketball coach for Central Michigan University.
Coach Haynie.
Man, look at that. That was from Susie Merchant's Facebook. Isn't that right?
Yeah. Susie is alum. So it's almost like, roles reverse. Like, of course, she's Kristin Haynie is from that area. But to get her first stab at school that, she probably grew up, going to camps and then, becoming a Michigan State Spartan through and through. I think it's a good opportunity for her to get her feet wet as the head coach. It's crazy because we did highlight her taking the Minnesota Lynx job, right? And they're 2 weeks away from tip off, and now she's coming back to college, and she had to kind of quickly do that transition. But I'm excited to see her, and I support her fully being one of our own. But definitely, it's great to show the coaching tree of Coach Merchant of developing her to become a head coach at her alma mater. So, congratulations, Kristin.
Yeah, couldn't be happier for this hire, for this pick. I know Kristin. We were same era there, seeing her in the training room when I was there, seeing her at different events and everything in college, seeing the competitor that she is and was at the time when she was playing. She one thing that stuck out to me was in her press conference, I read some quote somewhere, and she said, "I'm a new head coach, but I'm not new to winning." And like that right there, that is something that's a powerful statement. And if you're a player on the team that a new coach comes in and says that, you should be excited to play for someone like that. And I think she's going to bring, she has great knowledge of the game. She's won on all levels. She was in 05, I believe, there were runners up in the Final Four, in the championship game. She won a WNBA title, She was drafted to the WNBA, won a WNBA title. So she knows what it takes to win. She's been around great players. She knows that grind, that determination, that guts, that GUTS, that genuine urge to succeed. She knows that, and she's going to take that with her to Central Michigan, and we couldn't be more excited for her. She's not in the green and white, but she is green and white.
You know what, guys?
That boy took us to church, didn't he, on that one?
That is a mic drop moment.
Yeah,
right?
yes, he did.
Talk about that. That's a ringing endorsement from our own Choo Choo on Kristin Haynie, new head coach of Central Michigan University. Look, now I'm a fan. I want to go see a game. That's so we'll see how she progresses, man. But congratulations to her.
Play each other.
Spartan Dawgs.
They play each other this season coming up too. So
is that right?
Yeah, buddy. So
the keeper of the schedule is Otis Wiley, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm not.
The question is
the schedule and the tickets.
My question is this. She got like you said, Otis, you drew a good point that they played each other. They play each other this year coming up. She got kind of like glossed over. And I think on here, Otis, you said she should be in consideration for the MSU job.
Yeah. At least give an opportunity. That's
right.
What it is, right? Like
right.
Be able to present or, here's what I believe we should do to reset this, right? Mm-hmm. And, it's not even that. So, you see them bounce back the way she bounced back. And, obviously she's worthy to go to the MAC, but it's really getting that experience as head coach. And who knows? She can come back fully, right? And we'll see how it goes. That's really how it is. It's like, we'll see how it goes as she leads that championship or that team to another championship. And if she does that, that's where it's going to be like, she took them to the MAC championship, and she could have been worthy to get us up to where we need to go.
Hopefully, we're able to do it on our own over here too. So, I know, I understand, I get it, but sometimes we gotta, do what we gotta do and get through it. Little Rolanda, Otis needs a fashion show. He needs to do a fashion show of your gear. You got some MSU gear? There it is.
Look, this is old school, man. This is like throwback. That's why, I got in the closet and just be like, oh, I ain't got nothing clean. Here you go. And I forgot how this fit me. So it's like
that, That's what happens when you got too much damn gear. You forget what you have.
We ain't hating.
I appreciate the love. I appreciate the love.
You appreciate the love. Otis do be clean. What's up, man?
That's a whistle.
Yeah, he do. Hey, but guys, switching gears to football for a second. Michigan State lost A.J. Kirk, who entered the portal today.
Yeah, when we talked about the other players of hitting in, like, if you don't see your name on the depth chart, like, it's that real to the, bro, how we had, Jay, everyone knows when you get here, you got to work your tail off to even crack that depth chart. Once you crack that depth chart, it's like you can't just coast. You got to continuously compete to keep it, right? And so if you're not even the question of eating rotation of even a backup, like, it is what it is. You got to go and get the next opportunity. And so, one, I'm full support of him going. And like I said, everybody has an equal opportunity to work to prove themselves that they can be on there. And, he had time to do that, and it didn't flourish as we thought it would. So, it's on to, new opportunities. So, obviously, I'm full support and hope he lands somewhere very good.
Choo Choo, let me tell you something. I know how it is, bro. So let me step in for you right here.
Okay.
Mike Doss, Otis, Ohio State, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. This is his brother. Michigan State recruited him, Mel Tucker. This is a part of his first recruiting class back in 21, mostly done by Zoom. Mike Doss, a guy that Mel Tucker coached, is a secondary coach at Ohio State. The defensive coordinator at the time when Mike Ross was there was your boy.
Yeah,
our boy, everybody's boy, Mark D'Antonio. So I think that, when you're on, it's COVID lockdown, everything, whatever. Things are what they are. And I know how the defensive secondary was this season and all the attrition that was there, and he still didn't get any playing time. So, it's sad, but a part of the game. Hats off to him. And
man, listen, I'm just glad I ain't playing, dog. I swear. I'm glad I ain't playing.
You don't think you make it? You think you'd be in the portal, man? They be having that conversation with I
won't be in the portal, but I'll be like, man, your health is wealth and your health is like security, because like don't just go down because you oh man, it's so quick, man. Like you gotta maintain, bro. It's tough out there, dog.
It's hard out. Yeah, it is, man.
The game has changed.
Absolutely.
The game is not your grandfather's football. It's not our football that we were at there. It's totally changed, and it's a game of where it's second guessing and questioning yourself. Do I belong? If you're sitting in a meeting room, like this, how it happens. You're in a meeting first. You might be in the front row, and then a coach will come in. Hey, yeah, let so and so sit there. Now you're in the second row.
Run that seat.
You know what I'm saying? Otis, you know what I'm saying. Straight. You know what I'm saying.
Straight up.
Oh yeah.
That's straight up.
Oh yeah.
Like, hey, let them sit here so I can, they're new to the thing. Let me coach them. I'll be coaching.
Well, let's talk. Well, look, let's talk about, like, if you're in that room and we not as great as we should as a unit, but we go outside and bring some other talent in, and you get passed over, like, what else can you do? Like, you don't even got to communicate that to me. Like, that's nonverbal. Like, it ain't it, dog. So, oh man, it's tough. To your point, like, hey, you start falling back.
You start falling back in the room, and then next you start looking. You're in the third row, and then like it's like now you're the one that's going out to make the copies. Like, hey, go
grabbing their coffee. Yeah, you out here.
Hey, rumor has it, like around the
hey, don't be that guy holding up the board. Like, now you a volunteer assistant. Like,
right, yeah. So you see that happening now, and that's what happens. And luckily for these kids, they have the opportunity to hit the transfer portal. We didn't have that opportunity to.
You got to grind it out, dog.
Yeah, man. Y'all right, man. Yeah. Look, all I know is, look, hats off to AJ Kirk as he in his future endeavors, and Jim Salgado, his coach, his former coach, is still the defensive secondary cornerbacks coach at Michigan State, and Mel Tucker had a lot of ringing things to say about him in his first spring at Michigan State.
Yeah, there's a video obviously showing him, just talking to the guys, and it's like you coach everything. You don't just coach the bad, you coach the good, right? And I think that just the more attention and more opportunities to have more one-on-one time, because Mel's being stretched every which way. You're the head coach, so you got to worry about absolutely everything. So for him to even give the attention that our corners truly needed to be developed, it wasn't it. So bringing someone in that truly develops the corners, or a holistic defensive back, like, you want to have guys that can kind of play a little bit of both from a standpoint of, I just think about Micah Hyde being the prototype for what he wants in a mental mindset of a defensive back. And he's given that to our guys. And I think there was one practice that I went to that at the end of it, they talked about like los, or like negative plays. And at the end of it, collectively, they did a minute, core exercise. The coaches were involved too, like, just because it's accountability as a group, like a unit. Like, we got to bring that cohesiveness back to be no-fly zone, because Coach Barnett was our guy when we had the no-fly zone, right? As he was leading that charge. So bringing him in, it's gonna be great. I know our guys are gonna be smarter. That's one thing. They're gonna be smarter. And once you're smarter, you can play faster. And I think it'll be a good thing for the fall. Get some more time with them, but I'm looking forward to it.
Hey, I want to ask you the same question. Did you see what Steve Smith asked? He asked if he and Barnett are doing the same job.
No, so you got the cornerbacks coach, and you got Coach Barnett who's coaching the safeties. But together, with Coach Barnett, they manage it equally. There's no competing ego there, right? Like they know that they are well-seasoned vets in coaching, and they know that they got to get that unit back to where they're helping us complete secure ball games. There's nothing that, but go ahead.
So Otis, with that, do they coach? Are they in the same room for meetings?
Yeah, that room's still the same.
Okay.
That room's still the same. I mean, you're seeing that across, the country. Like you're having, specific coaches tied to not just the whole unit. You got, breaking it up now. So, when we had it, Coach Barnett, I mean, to be honest, Coach D was the safeties, like he kind of kept it close to the pocket, right? But Coach Barnett will go over there and he controlled the whole unit from the day to day. But Coach D we were warming up with Coach D. Like that warm up with Coach D'Antonio might be the toughest warm up I've ever gone through. And a lot of DV safeties will attest to it. Like Coach D would just tell you go. I swear to God, he'll tell you go run every which way. You'd be like, what? I don't even know what you're talking about.
See, I like it when I think Stray was Perlis a defensive-minded coach or an offensive-minded coach?
Defense all day long.
Okay, so and obviously Saban's a defensive-minded coach. Did you guys like it? 'Cause I loved it when the head coach is a defensive-minded. It means he stays the hell out of my business
all day long. But he also knows who'll kick his ass. So there's respect there that you don't necessarily get from offensive guys because their vision is skewed sometimes. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but also they allow you to be aggressive on offense. Like, man, listen, just get it done. You know what I mean? Like
they have that confidence. Their defense, they're like, hey, 4th and 1, go for it.
Yeah,
absolutely. That's the mindset Coach D was.
Because you also be like, hey, our defense tired, dog. So stay out there.
Nothing worse than 4th and when the defense gets a 3 and out, and then you go for it on 4th down, and you're running back, and they're running on the field, you're running off the field, and like you try not to make eye contact with anybody.
I swear, I think there was one moment where like you were running off, I was running on, and I was like, man, I should give you some, man. We got it. I was like, we'll get it back.
Just inside the huddle, like for real, like the XFL style camera in those, like huddles back back in time. But guys, we're going to talk about some other stuff with the football team, former Dawgs, guys that may have played the same position as Jehuu. After this message from our friends over at IHOP.
When you're smiling.
Introducing IHOP's new Eggs Benedicts. When you take a poached egg, add it to a crispy English muffin, fire-roasted poblano peppers, and shredded beef with our rich and buttery hollandaise sauce. You don't just get our handcrafted new Eggs Benedicts on your plate. You get a smile on your plate. New Eggs Benedicts in 4 delicious flavors, only from IHOP.
Fellas, I got so hungry on them Eggs Benedict, I almost forgot to talk about Charles Brantley. His signing is coming up this Saturday in the Brighton location, baby.
Yeah, buddy. Show up, show out. We already talked about this on Tuesday, man. Chuck's ready. He's excited. I can't wait to get some hot pancakes, man, especially seeing some videos. I saw we posted. If you watch and follow us on our social, you was able to see this nice video of them drizzling that hot syrup.
That last one, though, did you see Chuck was in front of the thing of the steam coming off that
pan? There's nothing better to have a hot pancake, just the butter just melt right when you touch it. Boom.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
You gotta have every piece buttered. Choo-choo. That's what that's gonna be in the eulogy, man. Hey, look, hey, everybody, get out there if you can to the IHOP in Brighton. What was that address one more time, so we can read it? So that's April 22nd, IHOP Brighton, 8075 Nemco Way, 3 to 5 p.m. That's 3 to 5 p.m. on this Saturday at Nimco Way, 8075 in Brighton. I hope to see everybody there.
Absolutely.
Otis, who's going? Are you guys going to be able to go?
I'm about to go in the morning and get me some good breakfast. But it's gonna be around that time, like
you bring your baby girls.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's gonna get. Well, it's like you can get a milkshake too, So it's gonna,
a milkshake though.
Yeah, that milkshake.
Hey, it's fire.
I unfortunately I can't go. I think Harriet's taking the bus.
What?
That's the word on the street. That's the beat on the street.
Bus, Harriet. We need Harriet. We need her in the bus.
Pull up on me, Harriet. Go swoop me up. Go let's let me drive the bus.
Oh Lord, see Otis driving that bus.
She said probably not. Probably not.
Bro, hey guys, one of our former dogs, Le'Veon Bell, will be boxing this weekend.
Hey man, I just want to. Boxing is a different, it's just a different level of competitiveness, right? Like you got to be locked and loaded. There's no room for error, or you get knocked out. So you already got to be an athlete that is the leaders from a mindset of that. I'm going into the ring to put my paws on another guy, and I got to strategically battle. You know what I mean? Like and so Le'Veon, I know, put my paws on somebody else, right? Like because. This ain't like no virtual reality now. Like one shot to the temple, you can be dead. You know what I'm saying? So,
you took it there.
But you see what he did to Adrian Peterson when he fought him and knocked him out. And
that kind of made me a believer now.
Absolutely.
Adrian Peterson, the legend of Adrian Peterson's big.
Yeah, absolutely.
What you think about that, man? He's a running back that has a legendary work ethic.
Yeah, man. That's boxing, UFC, all those things. That's the mental aspect of that. That's something else. That's on another level. Right there, it's just you versus someone else. There's no hiding. There's no sugarcoating it or anything like that. It's either beat or get beat. So good luck to him. I couldn't do it. More power to him.
Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Rumble, young man, rumble.
Think about the shape you got to be in too.
Oh man, we got to get Le'Veon on this show. What does everybody think about that? Should we bring Le'Veon on the show?
Hey man, look, let's hope
Depending
we are worthy.
on the response, then that's going to be your assignment, Choo Choo. Get Le'Veon on the show. He'll come on. Hey man, come on, man. Le'Veon's one of us. Look, speaking of athletes and cool athletes, guys, the question was posed to me by one Tom Story. Who's the coolest athlete you ever met? Like all of you. I'm talking about the people in the chat right now and Otis, but let's start off with Choo Choo because we don't know. Who is your favorite athlete that you've ever met all time?
You're going to say something.
My favorite athlete of all time, and the reason I played the game of football is Terrell Davis. He's absolutely, someone that I had the opportunity of meeting, and he didn't disappoint. And quick story on Terrell Davis. When I came, I knew nothing about football. And but I saw the Broncos game. I saw him when he was in that Super Bowl with the migraines and blind, and still scored a touchdown. And I remember that summer I played soccer all the way through. My friends went to football practice. I went to practice. I told Coach, I want to be a running back. I want to be number 30, and I want to be Terrell Davis. And he said, you can be a running back. You can be number 30, but I can't promise you'll be Terrell Davis. I said, shit, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. I'll take it.
You ain't say that back
then. There's Tom's story. Brad Van Pelt. Otis, you. Like, who was your favorite or coolest player you ever met?
Man, listen, I grew up watching some bad safeties, and the one safety that was the baddest of them all, in my opinion, was Ronnie Lott. And so I had the pleasure of meeting him when in my previous job, we were managing that College Football Hall of Fame and the Naismith or the National Football Foundation that does the College Football Hall of Fame, and he was sitting right next to me. And I'm never fan dude. I ain't never like just going up to be like, man, I need to get a picture and all that. I was like, nah, this is absolutely, I don't care. I gotta get a picture. And then the best part about it is when you meet your idol or a guy you look up to, and they're a real human being and they treat you as such. That's where you have now an ultimate respect, because I know people have met their hero. It was not the same. So that's Roddy Lott, and I would always have the mentality, if I had to cut my finger, I would. That's how much I love that game. So,
are you reading the comments? Where somebody said, "Did you get his pink finger?"
I was like, "Can I see the hand? Can I see the hand?"
Did you?
Yes,
I've seen his hand.
Yeah,
I have seen his hand.
Nowadays, someone like, oh man, I just, but no, it was good. It was good.
Oh, look at this! Look at this. Doug Hagedorn says,
"Yeah, Dougie, yeah."
It's Caden Strayhorn.
Yeah.
Look at Jim. Oh, look at that!
You'll see a lot of Caden Strayhorn if he's in that green and white.
Yeah, we could actually talk about him if he does that. Let's do this. Look, guys. For me, I'll just tell you. For me, it was Muhammad Ali. You guys had all your positions. It was a running back for Choo, a safety for Otis. For me, Muhammad Ali, man. Like meeting him in person, seeing him, I've heard all the stories like that everyone's heard. I've heard those stories that people think that they're secret stories, whatever, but about the man, and seeing him up close, like just visualizing what he meant to sports as a whole and to, the African-American community overall, it was just one of those moments where I'm like, wow, I knew I was witnessing greatness as he was there in front of me, and shook his hand, said hello, didn't get the picture, but whatever.
What was the setting that you were in? Oh, damn. I was trying to get you.
No, they didn't have a whole lot of them back then.
What was the setting that you were in when you met him?
Notre Dame. It was on the campus of Notre Dame. He was there in a golf cart riding around signing autographs it was a Michigan State Notre Dame game.
Oh, okay.
After I was done playing, and it wasn't a lot of people for whatever reason, and so it was like a couple of guys I was with, and there was a few people straggling around, and then there's Muhammad Ali. So yeah, we had a little moment, and I knew then, and I've seen a lot of athletes, not to be like Jehuu, but yeah, I know, I know a few people.
What does that have to do with me?
Name dropper.
Right. I mean, look, guys, so look, thinking about like the social media following that Jehuu is on the rise to get right now. A wrestler, Michigan State's own Chase Saldate, makes a social media splash. Talk about that, guys.
Yeah, we should have highlighted it more, and we'll probably highlight it. Well, that last week during that crazy eventful week we had with this, a Saturday spring game, that Thursday we had an NIL summit. So the NIL summit is truly bringing student athletes to really be exposed to networking with brands or like educating themselves on NIL and basically how to navigate it. So during the check-in, Chase had business cards, basically with this graphic with, how it made him work, like how he makes NIL and social media work for him. And then it had like, hey, here's my contact, right? And here's my followers. And he put in there like his followers. So from a brand play, that if anyone partners with them, they understand that those people are seeing their logo tied to him.
How many does he have?
Man,
I think it's 100. Yeah. I think it's 100,000.
It's 100,000 for
like
I know Instagram.
And then like his other like the TikToks is like way up there, almost 500,000, right?
See, look, that's what we talk about. Brands are getting smarter, but also they're targeting Gen Z. So how do you do it? You go through these student athletes, and TikTok is, I thought it was going to be banned though. We're like, what was that? I don't know.
It is banned in one state, Montana. We're looking to do it more. Look, guys, that could be a my kids, if they knew that, they would revolt. But they don't have to, because I'll be happy. Choo, you guys don't have to worry about that yet. You're getting there, Otis.
It'll be worse. It'll be worse when our daughters get older.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
it's terrible, guys. But speaking of what's happening in the future, Spartan roller hockey is a future event, and let me tell you, I saw these guys on the airplane coming to California, and they're in the national championship talk right now, guys. So. Look at that. In-N-Out Burgers. First stop, In-N-Out, then off to our outdoor rink. Another national championship hopeful.
Hey, we tried to get Stray to go out there and make an appearance, and
there's still time.
There's still time, so we'll see.
I actually reached out to on that social. Hey, we need to get one of you guys to come on our show tomorrow, but haven't got
waiting.
They're like, who is this guy?
Definitely unread.
Dude, I thought it was a joke. I saw a lot of. I saw it's like Michigan State hockey, and I'm like, oh, that's a hockey player. And I look for I'm like, what outdoor hockey? So yeah, look at it. Johnny Costanza, come out there, get some interviews. All right, I'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But it wasn't field hockey, it wasn't ice hockey, but it was just roller hockey is what I saw. And I was like, man, you know what? Otis and them are going to call you because you got a copyright infringement going on here. They're using marks and logos.
Nah.
And they're not legit. But they're legit. They're legit. So look, you guys, we got to find out exactly where they're playing, what arena. They're going to be in SoFi. What are you thinking? Well, you help me out here.
It's on the. I'll send you the location because they're in the Division II bracket there, and there's some other big teams that are part of it. There's I believe there's 5 different brackets: the Division I, Division II. But with those divisions, it doesn't mean that it's like in football, Division I, Division II. It's just the different brackets that they're in. They're UCLA and USC and all this in different brackets and everything like that. So. It's pretty cool. Good for them. Excited for them. Otis is gonna laugh at me, but back in my younger days.
Here we go.
I had a pair of Hunter Green K2s that I used to be, rolling down playing some roller hockey in. So yeah.
Hey, look, I had some hand-me-downs that we got from Goodwill, so I was out there in the streets.
Right? I thought it was so cool. I took the K2s. I took the brakes off it so I could just, turn and stop and everything.
In Western New York. Look, guys, ending on a major milestone moment. You have 2 African-American female coaches meeting each other in a game for MSU versus Illinois in softball.
It's 2023, right? And barriers are still being broken. And, Coach Show, goes by Show, but Sharonda has really got some wins, but has changed the culture of, MSU softball. But to see this is to truly, it's almost like how gymnastics has become so diverse. And now, if you see people and representation at the highest level, you'll get more, hopefully more diverse student athletes coming and playing softball. And so this is just a good testament to one, highlighting it, making it, upfront and loud that, this is a monumental thing for the Big Ten, but for the history of softball at the Power 5 level.
Again, there's another mic drop moment for one Otis Wiley. Thank you, Otis. Do you have anything further to add to that, Jehuu?
Nope.
MSU sets a lot of standards and barrier breaking, which is true.
That is very true.
That's very true.
Hey, football. We already talked about football. On the banks of the Red Cedar, we got the Bubbles and George and Websters of the world, like basketball. Everything to the point of it, but it's always good to cover everything.
What does this mean?
Could you get a hit? What is that? I don't know.
I don't know what that is. I'm a good Catholic boy.
I don't think he's talking about whatever hit you're talking about right there.
Oh man, I still laughing about that Lil Wayne cameo.
I love it. Like Brian Schultz, Magic. I mean, I'm looking at all the people that posted who they would like. You know, there's Kirk Gibson. I mean, there's a lot of people.
Yeah, Magic. No one here said Magic.
Some on the chat they did.
No, Schultz. I said on the three of us.
Yeah, no.
Sir, Magic
because he's too common for guys like
Magic.
you two.
Who?
Hey, Magic, I love you, but these guys, they think it's like, you know, they're used to meeting you. NFL owner, first minority, black minority NFL owner. If the deal goes through, but
yeah,
we're holding our breath.
Yeah, you see
breath.
Johnny's
Guys,
comment. You see Doug's comment. Yeah, see, he was talking the same thing. I'm a good Catholic boy.
True, could you get a hit? Yeah, Steve,
About
what you talking
420?
about? Oh man, well, look,
guys, great show, guys. You know, I appreciate you guys. Like, spring ball is behind us now. We've got the transfer portal. We got a lot of great things. NBA playoff basketball, all Izzo's boys and the Spartan Mafia. Hey, for Otis Wiley, Jehuu Caulcrick, I'm Jason Strayhorn. This is Sparta. Have a good night. God bless and go green.
Go white.
This is Sparta MSU as a combined presentation of Playfly Sports Properties and Michigan State Sports Properties. The show is produced by Pete Menez with additional support from Tony Costella. Operations and social media support is provided by Alicia Strayhorn with support from Cecily Max Brown. On-location technical support is provided by Good Fruit Video. Be sure to follow our hosts Jason Strayhorn, Jehuu Caulcrick, and Otis Wiley on social media. To stay up to date with all the latest, this is Sparta News. Please like and subscribe by visiting our link tree and tell a friend to do the same. Thank you for your support, and as always, go green.